Okay, have you ever been in a big office building or a commercial space and heard people throw around terms like building management, facility management, and property management? You probably hear them used almost interchangeably. And you're not alone if you think, wait, aren't those all kind of the same thing? Well, they're not. And trust me, understanding the difference is the key to seeing how a simple block of concrete and steel transforms into a truly valuable, thriving asset.
So let's get right to it. What is the real difference? It's a question that honestly matters to everyone involved, right? From the investors who own the building to the people like you and me who might work inside it every single day. The answer isn't just trivia. It's actually the secret to unlocking a property's true potential.
Here's the main takeaway for today. Don't think of these as three totally separate jobs that never talk to each other. Instead, think of them as three distinct layers. Each one builds directly on top of the last one to create more and more value. So let's dive in and break down each layer starting right at the foundation.
All right, first up, building management. This is the foundation. We're talking about the absolute nuts and bolts of the building itself. You know, the concrete, the wires, the pipes. It is all about the physical structure and making sure it, well, works. So, to put it simply, building management is all about that day-to-day, hands-on, physical running of the building. It's the most tangible of the three layers we're going to talk about. This is the stuff you can literally touch and see.
And what does that mean in practice? Well, it means keeping the lights on, the water running, the elevators moving. It's managing the big stuff, like HVAC systems, fire safety, security, and of course, cleaning. This is the team that gets that urgent call when something physically breaks down.
I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? It's direct, it's immediate, it's very reactive. A problem pops up, a water leak, and building management's job is to fix it. Simple as that. Their focus is on solving the problem that's right in front of them, right now.
So everything they do really comes down to one fundamental question. Is the building working? Is it functional, and is it safe in this very moment? That's their entire world, their entire focus. Okay, now let's move up a layer to facility management. I like to call this the accelerator, because this is where we make a really crucial shift. We go from just keeping things running to making them run better. Notice the change in the language here. We've moved from supervision to strategic approach. Facility management, or FM as it's often called, isn't just about the physical building anymore. It's about how people, technology, and all the processes interact within that building.
And just look at the scope here. It's so much broader. We're talking about everything from planning out the office space for better collaboration to improving sustainability and energy use. And crucially, we see preventive maintenance. That's all about stopping problems before they even have a chance to start.
Let's go back to our elevator example, because it's perfect here. Building management, as we know, fixes the elevator when it breaks. Facility management, on the other hand, asks why it broke. They analyze data, they look for failure patterns, and they schedule maintenance to prevent it from ever breaking down in the first place. See the difference? It's the huge shift from being reactive to being proactive.
And all of that brings us to the core question for facility management. Is the building optimized? Are we using our space, our energy, and our technology in the absolute smartest way possible to create the best environment for the people inside?
All right, now for the top layer, the one I call the business layer, property management. Here, we're going to zoom out. We're pulling way back from the day-to-day operations to see the building for what it also is, a financial asset.
So the focus here is completely different. Property management is all about the commercial performance. It treats the building not just as a place where people show up to work, but as an investment that needs to deliver a return.
And you can see that in their responsibilities. It's all about the money in the market, right? Finding and keeping great tenants, collecting rent, managing budgets, dealing with legal compliance, and ultimately making sure the asset's value actually grows over time.
For property management, it all boils down to one simple but powerful question. Is the property profitable? That's the bottom line, and it's what drives every single decision they make at this level.
Okay, so we have our three layers: the foundation, the accelerator, and the business. But how do they all actually work together to create a truly successful piece of real estate?
Let's put it all together. This slide right here, this is where it all clicks into place. You see, building management is technical and reactive, focused on the short term, fix it now. Facility management is strategic and proactive, looking at the medium to long term. And property management? It's all about the long-term financial performance. They're not competing with each other, they're a team, and each one sets the stage for the next. Let's make this super real with a corporate office example. So, building management makes sure the lights and the AC work so people can actually do their jobs. Facility management comes in and designs the floor plan for productivity and keeps those energy bills low. And then, property management takes that great space and makes sure it's leased to a high-value company, guaranteeing a steady return on the investment. You see, you absolutely need all three. And here is why it matters so much. A property's total value is built on these three pillars. If you have a weakness in one, the whole structure gets wobbly. You can't have a profitable property if it's physically falling apart, or if it's a miserable place to be for the people inside. To get that maximum value, you need all three pillars to be strong.
And as we look to the future, technology and data are starting to blur these lines a little. Data from building management sensors can inform facility management strategy, which in turn gives property management the hard proof it needs to succeed in the market. We're seeing this really powerful convergence happening.
So, if you remember just one thing from all this, make it this right here. Building management keeps it running, facility management optimizes its use, and property management maximizes its value. Three distinct jobs all working toward one successful asset.
And that really is the perfect thought to end on. A building is just the beginning. Its long-term success, its value, its ability to actually serve its purpose, that's all determined by these layers of intelligent, integrated management working together. Thanks for tuning in.